So I'd like to tell you guys about a client that I will never forget. And his name was Bill. Actually, he was a vet. And he actually was a referral from a loan officer that helped me buy my very first home, Kevin Harris. Kevin actually used to work at TCF Bank, but he's now at Wells Fargo Home Mortgage, and he's an excellent loan officer. And Kevin meets all sorts of people sitting in a branch, you know, and so he had referred Bill over to me. And it was a very interesting client to work with, mainly because I remember that, you know, I'll forever remember my first conversation with him was he had specifically said to me, well, I'm a type B personality. And so whoever shows up to this address to help me write the offer on this house I want to buy is the person I'm going to work with. And I'm an agent at RE/MAX Results, and he was citing an office address at Edina Realty. And so it was a completely, you know, different office space, and I remember feeling really almost shy and a little embarrassed to call up the office manager and say, gee, you know, I have a client that I'd like to meet with at your office, and we'd like to know if, you know, I'd like to know if I could borrow some office space from you just to meet with them for, you know, an hour or so. And they had said to me, Nancy, that's highly unusual, but you are welcome to the space. So it was very interesting because we had found a house up in we're on the edge of Northeast. We're actually in Columbia Heights, but I remember I had to drive out to meet him to get some paperwork, and he was moving from someplace up in North Branch. So I'd driven all the way up there to help him get some paperwork into the lender. And you know, once we found that house and had gone through our inspections and everything, you know, the bank threw us for a curve, and the VA appraiser that had come out had wanted a couple repairs done. So, you know, we were at odds trying to find people that would do these repairs for us so that my client could get his home. And I will tell you, it was probably one of his happiest days of his life when we were able to get to closing. And I handed him the keys, and Bill had the biggest smile on his face. So I want to thank Bill for his service to our country as a vet, and also Kevin Harris for referring me to work with such a wonderful client.